This is the skater squat. This single leg squat variation is kind of a cross between a reverse lunge, a single leg RDL, and a Bulgarian split squat. The primary goal of this movement is to achieve loaded dorsiflexion into a knee over toe position. I would suggest starting by holding onto a rack and making sure that your foot position is far enough away from the rack that your heel is able to stay in contact with the ground. Now there's a few moving parts to this movement, so let's break them down one by one. First, let's start at the hips. To initiate the movement, you want to hinge forward at the hips as if you're going to complete a Bulgarian split squat or a reverse lunge. Then, at the knee, very similar to a Bulgarian split squat, you're going to progress that knee over toe position, going continuously deeper into the squat. Lastly, at the foot, you want to make sure that you're pushing firmly into the floor with the big toe. And for the opposite leg, you want to make sure that your knee is in around a 90-degree bend. And then you want to take that knee towards the floor, but don't touch the floor. If you do need to place a pad underneath that knee just as a tactile cue, then that's more than okay, but try not to make a habit of tapping the knee to the pad. Now let's take a look at the unassisted version. Here I'm using a relatively light weight, and I'm pushing the weight away from me simultaneously while hinging forward at the hip and leading backwards with that back knee. This weight should act as a counterbalance mechanism to maintain that knee over toe position and pressure through the big toe while going down into the squat. Once you've solidified your form and balance, then I would suggest going up in weight. This will make sure that we're getting the most amount of return out of the musculature within the lower leg and in the hips. This is a key factor. You should get a pretty good glute burn out of this exercise if you're performing it correctly, as well as a little bit of muscle return in the foot and lower leg.